Welcome, beautiful souls. So this month, what we are going to do is, instead of looking at the energy of the month, I'm feeling really called into what are we missing or avoiding this month. Just bringing an awareness into what we may be not listening to, that maybe little voice within, that little whisper within. Maybe we are just going and just kind of avoiding. So it really ties into the nervous system as well. So as always, the way that we work this is through intuition. Go with what feels right to you. We have 3 piles, and the first pile here is the Divine Feminine. The second pile is Crystal Power Tarot, and then we have the Moonology deck as well. So whichever one calls to you, we'll be using all the cards as I dive in anyway, but it's just which one is holding the energy that you need to embrace, that you need to be aware of, that you need to bring an awareness into. So maybe you settle down, maybe you want to close your eyes for a moment as you kind of draw into yourself, draw into your being, connecting with yourself. Taking some deep breaths. And then just deciding as you open your eyes which one you feel called to, pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Once you have chosen, you can find the timestamp below and just jump straight to your pile. Welcome, pile 1. So instantly I'm feeling like we need a crystal of rose quartz, clear quartz. You know, we need some of those in. We need some clearing, and we need to come into the heart space this month. So you may have been avoiding healing. You may have been avoiding tuning in to what your heart is asking of you. The clear quartz is the stronger of the 2 crystals. I want 3 of these actually. Interesting. Okay, so we have the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So when we are faced with challenges and we are faced with things that we are trying to glaze over or try to avoid, what is actually being called of us is to dive within and ask ourselves, what is it within me that is reflecting out into this situation? And that's a powerful place to be. What is it within me that is reflecting this? What is it that is in me that is uncomfortable, that I don't want to face? Because that is ultimately what every interaction in your life is bringing to you. All the things in ourselves. We are calling all this energy towards us in some way or another, unconsciously, absolutely, but it's still within us somewhere that needs to be faced and addressed. We also have Our Lady of Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So again, I felt it before we started, the heart space, finding the answers within yourself. Stop looking outside yourself. Stop looking for other people's opinions or other people's praise, when all you have to do is just turn that gaze from outwards to inwards. And you will find in there is real love. Within yourself, you hold the key to unconditional love. And when you can tap into that, your whole world will change, and what you are mirroring into the world will also change. It is so powerful when you keep tapping into it and keep trying again and again to show up for yourself. And then we have the High Priestess. So I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. What a shocker, more love coming in for you guys. I'm telling you, there's so much to work on within your heart space, and it doesn't have to be hard work. It doesn't have to make you feel shit. It doesn't have to be painful. Sometimes it's just about accessing that feeling of love, of unconditional love, recalling a time when you felt unconditional love or you gave unconditional love, calling back into those moments, into that frequency, into that vibration, to help raise what is in your heart space, what is being held here, that is being kind of lugged around with you, that you no longer need. And also a remembrance of what you hold within yourself, because the love is there, and that unconditional love will have either been received or given at some point. And when you call it forwards, it's easier to call on again and again the more that you call it forth. And it brings powerful, and I mean powerful, healing when you connect with unconditional love. Okay, let's see what else is wanting to come forth for you today. So we have the Page of Cups. I am as young as I choose to feel. So with this, I just feel very airy, very floaty. It's almost like, do you know what I'm seeing is like we have like strong boundaries, or we have a strong sort of wall or something in front of us. And it just suddenly turns into this sort of liquid, and it flows, and it's no longer, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. It's a surrender. It is moving in to what feels good and bringing in that joyous energy and really flowing with it and being with the energy, and being flexible, moving and shifting in a way that feels right, that feels called from your heart space. And then you have, don't let your past hold you back, from the South Node. This energy is also calling you into your spiritual self as well, tapping into the strength you hold within you, which is a very big theme for you this month. So you've been missing this part of yourself. You have been missing your ability to connect within. You have been missing your spiritual self. You have been missing the ability to choose how you feel, to choose again and again. And you've also been missing the fact that you have been running your life based on past experiences and something that happened in the past. And especially for some of you, in the essence of a romantic relationship, repeating patterns because of something that's happened in the past, or having mistrust because of something that's happened in the past. So you're being called to let that go. And to do that, we heal the heart. We go within, we find the patterns, we see what's mirroring outside of ourselves, which is coming from within ourselves. Ooh, this is powerful. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so what energy can you call in to help you? So my Oracle deck, the Whispers of Nature, is designed for helping you with the messages that you have been missing. So if we come into these cards now and see what comes forward, we have the dragonfly. Yes. Okay, so I love the message on this. It says it's time to spread your wings. Absolutely. But its main message that I find when I use this card again and again is that it is about bringing a light to the illusions. So for this pile, you guys are probably living in a very strong sort of automatic program-based world at the moment. Things just running on autopilot, not really noticing what it is that you're doing half the time, because you're just surviving, you're just getting through. And that is your nervous system being out of balance. So the dragonfly is saying you're missing that you have the ability to spread your wings. You are missing this new opportunity. You are missing all this beautifulness around you, whether it is scenery, whether it is children, whether it is the relationship you have, because maybe you are only picking out the bad things because that was your past experience, instead of noticing all the good things. So you're really being called into this space. I'm actually being guided to read the dragonfly for you out of the book. So let's see, the dragonfly. Okay. You are a warrior is the key one at the bottom there. You are a warrior. But you don't have to be a warrior anymore. This is the message. This is what you're being called into. You have been the warrior, but now it's time to say, no, I don't need to be that person anymore. I'm embracing love. I am healing. I am shining a light on all the things that are untrue, on the lies that have been given and passed down to me, and really illuminating an entirely different world that you can have, that are at your fingertips, but it's about putting in the work and showing up for yourself. So the dragonfly shines a light on illusions that hold your soul's progression back. And your soul has come up again and again in this space in the cards. And when we talk of the soul, it is about stepping out of the ego self, allowing yourself to understand your soul self. But to be able to access that part, that soul part, you have to bring a balance to the mind, the body, and the spirit. You have to bring these into alignment as a way of unlocking. It's like a key into the soul, into this blueprint, into this new world and reality that is there. But you have to be able to align before you can fully integrate and access the soul and progress forwards. This is why you're here, because you're ready and you're wanting this for yourself. So this message is all about the ability within you, accessing everything that's already there, because you have all the answers there. But now it's about taking action to be able to bring all this forwards into reality, into your life now. You are reminded to live in the moment, to release the emotions and the mind's thoughts that are holding you back. Face your challenges with confidence and see how quickly things happen when you come from a place of deep belief, love, and courage. Oh my God, I love this reading. This is so beautiful. So that is what I have for you guys. Please do let me know how this calls you, how this resonates, maybe what sort of things it brings up, any triggering things that it is a cause to rise within you, because that's good. You want that, because when something is triggered, it's an opportunity to look into it and go, oh, interesting. What was it about this that triggered me there? And really get curious about it. So please do use the WhatsApp group and share your thoughts, your feelings, or any questions in there. Have a wonderful month, my loves. Welcome, pile 2. So you have chosen the Crystal Power Tarot deck. Ooh, sounds powerful, doesn't it? I love this deck. It's very, I don't know, there's just something about it. I love the artwork on it mostly. I love the ladies' work. Okay. So, first of all, we have the 7 of Swords, which says, I take great care of what I value. So with this, I'm feeling very much called into the space of honoring yourself. You guys, I also feel a little bit of the heart space, which came up in pile 1, but in a different way. It's almost like it's been knocking on the door, asking for you to address what is there, but you've gone, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do a meditation then, I'll do this then, or you've been feeling like, I don't really want to open that up because I'll probably just cry for hours and hours. But what is being called forward here is like a deep need. Like, it feels so deep, it's right there, and it's almost painful. So you may have like chest pains, or your breathing might be off, and this is because your body, your mind, your spirit know what you need, but you haven't been listening, which is why this is coming up in what you have been missing. So I would actually take a moment right now and just tune in and see where you feel called within your body. And maybe, it is in the heart space, or maybe it's somewhere else. But just know that whatever is showing up for you right now in this moment is what is being asked for you to dive into, to bring an awareness to ask your nervous system, how can I help you? What can I do for you? And this is you then taking great care of what you value, because you are valuable. And if you didn't know that, then I want you to repeat that to you at least 5 times right now. I am valuable. I am valuable. I am valuable. And just keep going with it. Feel it, honor it, hear it, and allow that to just be your essence right now. It is strong, it is powerful. And as we move on, we have the 8 of Cups, which I accept my situation without resistance. And this has been something that I've noticed coming up And that is to surrender into those moments where you feel that resistance, where you feel yourself maybe trying to push past something that everything is saying don't do, or everything is like not now, things just aren't working out. You feel like you're trying and trying and trying and trying. Well, you're missing the message. You're missing what is being asked of you, which is, this isn't your path. This isn't for right now. This isn't the way forwards. You have to step back out of this go, 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 try, 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 move, 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 into presence, into space. Pause. This is where you will find more answers. This is where you will find inspiration and creativity. But it is also where you will find resistance. It will be maybe where you find even pain sometimes, because maybe there's something that has been trying to be given to you. And I feel this is the situation for you guys, pal, too. Something is kind of being presented to you and you have been pushing it away, avoiding, saying not now. Yes, now. That's what I'm here to tell you. Yes, now. You are ready. Your ego may be telling you otherwise, but your soul knows you're ready. And the more that you embrace this and go, okay, I hear you, I honor you, I'm going to surrender into this, what is here, and just allow it to come out, because you have 2 cups here. This is emotions. This is time to allow it to just let it out, whether it's taking time just to have an hour, just to cry, ugly cry, like whatever it is. Or maybe it is just sitting in the discomfort, getting comfortable with discomfort, getting comfortable with silence, getting comfortable with stillness. This is where you're supposed to be. The more you surrender into it, the more you go, okay, I hear you, I know I need to be here, I know I need to take this moment. The easier it will be to move through. I can't tell you enough. I have been you. I have been that person. Like, not now. Oh my God, if I let that out now, I'm just going to cry all day. And it's very rare that I do cry all day. There are times where I just do feel that, and it's normally when I'm also hormonal. But most of the time, it's just I need that space to have a really good cry, say half an hour to an hour. It depends if I'm doing a meditation and what comes up. Sometimes it's just 5 minutes where I felt like it was going to be like, oh, a day. But it was just 5 minutes of a really good sob. And then I was like, oh, yes, I've released all of that. I've let that go. And this is what you're being called into. And the 3 of Cups, I embrace joyful opportunities. When you are so stuck in this energy of, oh, I need to avoid that, I'm not listening to that, oh, I know that's there, but I'm just not going to do that yet, maybe tomorrow I'll do that, I'll set some time aside for that, and then you don't. When you keep doing that, when I'm saying it, can you feel that sort of tension that it creates within your body when you keep putting it off? You are then carrying all that tension around. You are causing physical ailments to probably appear within your body. Maybe you have aching legs. Maybe your hips are hurting. Maybe you have a tight chest because you're tightening everything that's trying to come out of your heart space. Maybe you are just feeling your shoulders right up by your ears and you're constantly feeling like they just never drop down. All of this is signs that you are not paying attention to what is arising within you. You're not paying attention to your whole being. So this is what you have been missing. This is what you have been avoiding. And this is what you're being called out on today. And that is okay, because we have all been there. And sometimes we do just need that little kick up the ass sometimes. So honor that within yourself. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't hold any guilt for it. It's just, okay, well, yeah, I have been doing that. I'm aware of it. I notice it. So I'm going to choose differently now. Today I choose differently. I'm going to show up for myself. And you have the High Priestess, which came out in the other pile, which says, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. The more that you honor your soul self, the more that you come into this space of understanding that the ego is making you feel uncomfortable, but the soul is actually what is presenting it to you because it knows that you are ready. And as you then enter in from a soul space, from love, you are then leaving a legacy to those around you. You are showing others how to show up for yourself. And when other people see you show up for yourself, they know that they're allowed to do it for themselves. When you are going, avoiding, missing all these messages, then you are teaching others to avoid those intuitional pulls, those whispers from within. So the more that you show up and honor yourself, the more you're going to affect the people around you, who will then naturally in turn do that for themselves. It's a very powerful energy to connect with. Okay, and then you have the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And again, how I was getting you to say I am valuable. And this is another essence. I would actually write this down, stick it on your mirror or something, where you use this affirmation. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And it's just repeat it in a rhythmic way. The brain loves rhythm. So the more that you can do it in a rhythmic way, the more it will be instilled within you, and you'll be changing the neural pathways. So then you will naturally lean towards, I am safe and I am divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And that will just be a natural state that you end up being in the more and more you do. If you were to do that every single day, 3 times a day, and each time do it 3 times. So 3 times when you do it in a rhythmic pattern, and then do it 3 times morning, afternoon, and night. And you do that every day for this month. It will be so instilled within you that it will just be so natural. And you'll just end up either chanting it or repeating it over and over again to yourself, that you don't even notice it. And that's what you want, because then it becomes unconscious. Okay, so the energy that you're being called into looking into as well is the 3rd house. So this is about perception, how you are seeing things. You also have the 3 of Cups, so you've got 2 3s coming up. The number 3 is deeply connected with freedom, with joy, with expansion, with growth, with being in an energy that feels fully embodied by you, your energy entirely, your truth from within. And at the bottom here, it gives you some ideas of where you can focus, which is your speech, your thoughts, social media. So making sure that when you speak, you're speaking your truth, that you're aware of the thoughts that are coming up that may be holding you back. When it comes to social media, be aware of any comparisons that you may be making, or any accounts that you're following that make you feel shit. Get rid, have a clear out, move through. We have excursions and dating. So there may be this need to be social, to get out, to put yourself out there. Research, street life, circulation, really getting out into life again. Get past your front door. Put yourself back into the world. Have discussions with people. Surround yourself in things that make you feel great. Okay, if that is a sacred space for yourself, create a sacred space. If that is having a good clear out, do that. If you need a good tidy up, do that. Really make everything feel like it's you. It's part of who you are. It's an extension of who you are and your being. And then just to finish, because this deck is literally designed for the messages that you're missing. When I created this, it was about the daily messages that you have been avoiding, that you have been missing, that are just there, because nature is always there. Animals are around us all the time. And yet we don't go, what is that bringing forwards for me right now? What am I missing here? What am I not quite seeing? So this is the deck that brings this forwards. And you have the Lion. Raw, baby, raw. So you are being called to be courageous and let out your inner raw. It's really about connecting back into your strength, your courage, not being afraid to show up, not being afraid to face these things, and really honoring yourself in this space. And I just want to find the book a moment to read. Oh, I've gone past it. Here. Okay, so the big writing at the bottom that is like just draws your attention right in says, you are so much stronger than you think. This, again, you've got some great affirmations here, guys. So many affirmations are coming out for you. You are so much stronger than you think. So I am so much stronger than I think. I am so much stronger than I think. And feel it, say it, embrace it, and use all these affirmations. I honestly can't encourage you enough on working with these affirmations this month, because it's going to really help with your mindset, your mentality of things, and really help you switch out of that heavier energy into that lighter energy. And this may be something you've been struggling with in the past or recently. So this is why so many are coming out for you now, because it's almost like you've been asking for it, and it's like you've been missing it. We've been showing you all these things, but you haven't been doing it. This is why you're being called to use these affirmations. That's 3 that you've had now to work with this month. And it says, stand in your own integrity, align with your values, and be true to yourself, which is what we've been saying. You show up from your true self, only your energy, showing up in your absolute authenticity of truth, and show the world that person and who that person needs to be for those around them. This energy allows you to open up to a deeper sense of self, bringing a powerful enlightenment, which in turn brings an overall calm into your presence, which calms the nervous system, bringing you back into balance so you can come from a place of truth and authenticity. Embrace the energy of this lion, call it forth, let it roar. And then your confidence, your energy, and your passion is growing and flowing through your whole being. Your whole being is coming into balance this month when you show up for yourself in these ways that we have discussed. Really honor yourself. And I want to also say tourmaline crystal as well, for the grounding of energy, and also very good for protection and cleansing as well. So you may want to, if you have one, absolutely, you don't have to go out and buy one specially, but if you feel called to, then feel free to do that, because it will just really help with grounding the energy. You can sleep with it under your pillow, I want to say as well. I do this all the time with different crystals, but I feel called to say that with you guys, to put it under your pillow. So at night, there's just more, so it feels like more healing. And I'm actually seeing, as you go to bed, it's almost like spirit come around and they're doing a lot of energy clearing and healing on you at night. So this crystal will also help with just shifting and clearing anything else that needs to be removed. So that is what I have for you, my loves. Please do share in the chat how this calls to you, resonates, or even triggers you in some way. Just feel free to share or ask any questions that it may bring up for you as well. And I love to hear from you guys. So just use that chat and get in there and say what you need to. So thank you for joining me, my loves. Welcome, pile 3. So you have chosen the Moonology cards. I do love these cards, they're so beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out 3. Those 2, okay, cool. Right then, let's have a look at what messages you have been missing or avoiding that wants to be heard today. So you have show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. This is about truly honoring who you are. The more that you can let go of the fear, the more you can let go of maybe that fear of judgment, or fear of being belittled or shamed, or whatever it is, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. The more that you can go, this is just my mind, this is just my ego, this is not my truth. And what I do is I imagine like just taking it out and putting it to the side for now. Can come back at any time, but maybe you're working on something, maybe you want to go somewhere and it's preventing you from doing that. And if you just ask yourself to just put that aside for a moment, so I can just see what my truth is, bring in awareness, creating space and opening this portal within you. Because as you do that, you start to get to know who you are, what you really want, if fear wasn't stopping you. And you've also got a time to give rather than take. So there's a lot of healing happening around you, within your family, within friendship groups, and maybe even some situations that have been feeling really hard lately. And then you have look at the bigger picture as well. And this is about really sort of taking in some love, honoring yourself, coming into a space that allows you to see things from maybe other people's perspective. So it feels like we're in some situations for pile 3 where you have been feeling either uncomfortable or you feel like you've been trying. And right now I feel like you're being called to rest. So it's a time to give to yourself, which will then allow you to give to others as well. But what I'm seeing here is it's almost like you know when you're trying to help someone and you're trying, but they're not listening, they're not taking what you're trying to give, and you're coming from such a place of love and just trying to help. But what I'm seeing is, call that energy back now. You've done what you have been trying to do. You've done all you can right now. You've said what you've needed to say. You've done as much as you can, but now is call your energy back. You're calling it back because they need time. They need space to process and to figure things out for themselves. You can't do it for them. Unfortunately, you just can't. So now I'm seeing you're calling this back because it has been draining you. It has also been putting you, it just feels like out of balance. You have been given more than what you actually have to give. So emotionally, it's been quite draining as well. And it has also affected you showing up as you. So it's almost like it feels like it's I don't know how to explain it, like jaded you, or there's like it's somehow affected your whole being and your personality because it's draining emotionally, physically, mentally. So just step back now. You're really being called into this, and it's like you have had signs, you've had messages, you've had guidance that have all been saying the same thing, but because you're just trying to help so much, you just feel like you can't help yourself to try and get help all the time. There's a lot of help in there. So you're just being called into this space now, because as you step back, it allows them to see things differently, but also I feel for you, you're going to start to see things differently for yourself in just how much it has been draining you. When you step back, it allows you to really notice where you have been missing other things within your life, because so much attention has been here. You've been missing this and that and that, and it's almost like it brings a little bit of a sadness energy, because it's like, oh, why didn't I see that? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just because you came from a place of love and wanting just to do what you could to help someone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes we get pulled too far down that road, so you're being asked to step back and come back into the space that you're in now to heal yourself, to rest and see what else is coming up. And you've got the full moon. You've literally got two cards, that's the full moon, and one that's the new moon within the Moonology deck as well. And then you've got the full moon coming out here. So this is literally saying time to release all that no longer serves you. Okay, so it may be, so I feel for some of you it could be family, so it could be someone in your family that you're trying to help, or you're in a relationship with somebody or a friendship where you've been giving and giving and giving and nothing is coming back in return. So this is time to release all that's no longer serving you. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest, and again, ask that fear to step aside so you can really tune into your soul in, is this serving me? Is this helping me by doing this? Is this even helping them by doing this? Because they may be skating by, they may be getting away with things that they probably shouldn't be, and that's because you are just trying to come from a place of love and understanding, but sometimes it can be at your own downfall when it comes to your mind, body and spirit. So put your intentions to paper. On the next full moon, you can really release and let go what it is that you want to let go, but really bring in the intention. So you can set the intention that you're sending love and energy to them. You can do that. You don't have to show up and physically be there every time. You can allow that attention to be sent there with love, with light, with the intention of them finding their path, finding their healing, finding their truth, finding their bigger picture. You don't have to show up. You don't have to physically be there to do that. You don't have to say it to them again and again. You don't have to do that. So allow your emotions to surface, because you have been avoiding your own truth and your own emotions while trying to sort this situation or problem out, instead of honoring yourself and going, no, I can feel this. You noticed it to start with, and then you kept avoiding, pushing it aside. This is why this is coming up in this reading now, because this is what you have been missing. This is what has been pulling you out of balance and alignment. And you have adaptability, And I'm not saying that this person may come out of your life entirely. What I'm saying is you just take a break, you take a moment so they can figure themselves out and you can figure yourself out. Adaptability is asking you to look at things differently, look at things in a different way, or approach things in a different way, which is, again, coming back, stepping back. You do have to tune back in with yourself. You have to almost readjust to your inner voice again, your true inner voice, because the ego has been taking over quite a bit lately for you. So you've just come out of balance into what is needed and what is coming from fear. So move away from negativity. So you've got another card asking you to do the same. There is something that is really pulling you out of balance, that is not serving you. You know this, and it's been a hard choice and decision to make, but all the signs have been there. Everything, your inner voice has been calling, almost screaming, it feels like, for you to have stepped away way before now. So now you're just really being asked and to step into this space and honouring your soul, honouring what has been really trying to come forwards that you have not been fully paying attention to. And you've got the spiritual card that comes out as well, and it's saying, you know, you're connected with spirit, you know, you're connected to your intuition, you know when things aren't feeling right, you have a great gut instinct, which is the deer, you know, there's a great gut instinct there. So trust in your gut instincts and you will find your path again. You will. And again, this spiritual card literally says, let go of control and go with the flow. Your whole energetic energy has been shifted and it feels like it went really sort of into a heavier space. So you're being called back to shift the energy, go onto the soul-led armory and find some sound healings or chants, because that will really help to remove energy that is not yours, but also things that you have been taking on and carrying around with you that you do not need anymore. So you're in a big sort of shift right now, but your choice is to come back. I keep getting it, come back to yourself, come home, come within. And that is what you're being called into, because your spiritual self knows it, it's been calling to you. Your soul has been almost, again, I get this screaming and shouting. It's like, will you just listen? There's that energy that is coming in there. And let's see, we'll do one of these. The Six of Cups. I remember and treasure past happiness. So you don't have to fixate on how things are now. You can embrace the past memories, but it doesn't mean you have to live in a place that is uneasy now just because it was happy before. So it's about honoring the love for yourself, honoring the love that you have for others, but ultimately witnessing and noticing when things are no longer serving you. And that is what I get. This is why you're being asked to move away from these energies. You have the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. So you're allowed to voice your pains and what's not serving you, because it feels like you've just been pleasing somebody, trying to make somebody else feel comfortable, and just constantly maybe avoiding conflict. It's the people pleaser. It is the fawn response in the nervous system, and it's not serving anymore. So you're allowed to be angry. Stop avoiding your anger as well, because anger is healthy, but it's when you get stuck in it when it becomes a problem, or when you keep avoiding it, it becomes a problem, because it will build up and you will end up carrying it within your body. And anger shows up in the liver as well. So, you know, you be feeling it through your physical body, in your organs, and you'll feel it mentally and you will feel it spiritually. And that is all that is coming up right now. And that red is being called to be let out, that anger. And then you've got the grounding energy from red as well. So really working on any root chakra type energy. So you can listen to meditations for that, or sounds dedicated to the root chakra. Chanting you can do specifically for the root chakra. And it's just being called into the space of grounding, releasing, and letting out this anger. I feel it in here for you guys, but you can just check in, take a moment and check in with your body and notice what's kind of calling to you right now. Where is your body calling or screaming at you right now? And honor it. I say, I hear you, so let me release this from you. And maybe use breath work to really let it out. Maybe you need to scream. Sometimes you just gotta scream. Sometimes you need to talk it out, say it out, but in a way that's going to be heard. Okay, so maybe it's with a friend that will hold you in space to just be heard. Maybe you go and see somebody, maybe you see a therapist, coaching, counselling, whatever it may be, where you can voice it and let it out instead of holding it in all the time. I've got to say, it doesn't feel like the person or the situation that's coming up is going to be the best place to let it out, because it feels like it's going to fall on deaf ears. So that is what is coming up. You find a way where you're going to be able to voice what you need to in a healthy way, in a way that's going to help you fully release what is coming up, what is being here. I get like a bit of a sickness feeling in my stomach, and I'm getting a yellow sort of crystal citrine. I'm getting citrine as well, so you may want to work with citrine this month, and just work with that energy and call that in. You may want to either carry it around, or you can get like I think they call them a worry stone, where it's like a more of an oval, and it's good just to rub and have it in your hand, maybe put it in your pocket, get it out whenever you need it, when you feel like you need to honor yourself, stand in your strength and be heard. So that is what is coming up for you. That's what you've been missing. That's what you have been avoiding. So now I hand it over to you. You heard what needed to be heard, and now it is your choice in how you approach it, in how you take action, in how you change things, and what choices you make. So if you feel you need to share in the group, then please feel free in the WhatsApp group and let me know how this resonates. Let me know what your thoughts, your feelings were as you heard this. Let me know if you felt triggered by it, because that is also a good thing. So I know some people have a bit of a bad connotation to the word trigger, but it's actually good because it's an invitation. It's an invitation to notice what is being asked of you, what it is that is coming up. It's coming up for a reason, and the more that you honor that, the more you will heal at a much deeper level. So thank you for being here, and go and find the practices that will help you to realign your nervous system, coming back into a space of you, and share your experiences. Have a wonderful month, my loves.